So I did a video the other day talking about the Senate parliamentarian and how she has ruled that certain things can't be in this big, beautiful bill. They have to be cut. Now, the Senate does have different rules than the House as far as what's allowed, what's not. And one of the things is to fast track anything through reconciliation, everything must be about the budget. And there are very strict rules about what is considered part of the budget, what is not. And one of the things the Republicans in the House tried to do to get around that rule in the Senate was they tacked this provision on that basically said if courts issue nationwide injunctions against Donald Trump without requiring some kind of a bond first from the plaintiffs, then they lose all their funding. And they thought that might get around the Senate rule. Well, the Senate parliamentarian came out and has ruled that no, that does not meet the criteria for the Byrd rule, which is what decides what can be passed with reconciliation or not. And now either they have to cut it from the big, beautiful bill, or they need a 60 vote threshold to get past the filibuster. Now, both sides hate the filibuster when they're in the majority. They love it when they're in the minority. Democrats will use the filibuster to prevent them from passing the big, beautiful bill as it stands right now. And there's going to be changes. There were some of the changes I talked about with funding in my other video about it. Now there's this. The ability of the courts to do nationwide injunctions will not be added into the bill if they want to pass it with reconciliation. And they don't have 7 Democratic votes. At least it doesn't look like they have 7 Democratic votes to get around the filibuster with the bill as it stands, and with this sticking point in there about the courts. And some Republicans in the House were blindsided, especially a representative out of Nebraska. He went to a town hall, was asked by his constituents about that portion of the bill, and went, I didn't even know it was in there, and didn't know what they were talking about, or at least claimed to. So it looks like they're going to have to cut it from the bill and send it back to the House. Now, does that mean the House is going to pass the bill as is? We don't know. The House would have to approve all changes, and if they make any modifications, it would go back to the Senate yet again. But it looks like, as it sits right now, that part about limiting the courts is going to be out, which is a good thing. The courts have ruled like almost 200 times against the Trump administration so far, this administration, just since January. And they're really holding the line against what this administration is trying to do and preventing him from going over the edge and violating the rule of law. So we'll see what the final bill looks like, but it sounds like this court line is going to be out.